Welcome to Let's Talk About It with Amy Schreiber, where we talk about life's journey, the real estate market, and everything in between. I am your host, Amy Schreiber. I am a local realtor in the state of Florida, servicing the Tampa Bay area. I'm joined by my co host, Katie Easling. So, Katie, where do we leave off?
We left off with you moving into a new role at JP Morgan, a very forward facing role for the state of Oregon, which is absolutely incredible. And then finding out that that role was actually going to be eliminated essentially because the company was not going to move forward with the plans for the state of Oregon. And instead of being forward facing, you are actually going to be able to step into decommissioning a project that you had helped with.
Yeah, exactly. So again, there was a shock to the system, as I mentioned last week, but that was really quick. I think with me, when I'm given a task or just a realization, it's like, okay, absorb it, and then say, okay, everything happens for a reason, right? We may not know or believe that in the moment, but I've been pretty good, and I think we talked about this before, at kind of pivoting and adapting to a situation, but also understanding how that could help elevate me as well, right? And that time, again, working with the state of Oregon was amazing. I was able to meet with them a few times and travel before getting this news. And even after the news, I think I traveled one or two more times, right? Because we still had to get them in a good place now, right? Again, we shifted everybody, this all states on our systems, but I was helping manage the state of Oregon. So, while managing decommissioned tasks, it was also managing the relationship, right? And helping still support the state of Oregon in any way I could. But at the end of the day, having that opportunity to see all different sides or aspects of the business was just incredible. And all throughout that, shortly after we got the news that we were no longer in the business, Dana, who I had mentioned in a couple episodes ago, she was now my new boss. Um, I was reporting to her, and basically at the end of the day, she helped really drive this to um, to success, right? In all aspects. I mean, she's a tough cookie, but she was amazing, and all throughout, again, servicing the state of Oregon and my contribution to the decommission model that we had now built and shrunk, right, while supporting the state of Oregon, I was up for promotion to vice president. And Dina and others were huge supporters of me. And within this large organization, it is not easy to get promoted. It's not just someone says, "Oh, you're doing a great job. Here's your promotion." No. I mean, it takes like a whole year plus to even be put on the list. I mean, it could be years, but to be put on the list, then you've got to get people to support you outside of your business or within your business, but outside of your area. So we were technology, so I need business. I needed operations people to say, yes, Amy deserves this, right? And then, you're looked at for that period of time on everything you do. I mean, you have to dot your I's, cross your T's. Again, that wasn't a heavy weight on me because I knew I was doing what I needed to do, whatever happened. Yes, I wanted and deserved a promotion, but at the end of the day, this was what I needed to do, right? And so at the end of the day, I did get my vice president promotion, thanks to her, John, and a few others. And I'll tell you, I I have never had someone fight for me as hard as she did. Um, Meaning from a promotion perspective, from a pushing me out of my comfort zone, completely out of my comfort zone. And I'm used to that. That's what I thrive on, right? But times 100, right? And then at the end of the day, I came in, I thought, at a good salary. not the case. I was $30,000 less than what I should have probably been brought in at. But again, it is what it is, right? So she was a large reason why at like my 4.5 years of being at the firm, getting a promotion, which is great. Typically it takes a little bit more time. She got me right above 6 figures from a salary perspective. I never thought I'd make 6 figures in my life, ever. That's not, it was never a dream of mine. I mean, I was always wanting to be successful. I wanted to give back. I wanted to do good things, right? And make a difference. I didn't realize that was in my grasp. And she made it happen. And I'll tell you that year when I got the promotion, I got the increase. My bonus was, I mean, amazing. I that was the largest bonus I ever had, but at the end of the day, it was with a promotion. But I will never forget what she and others did to get me there. Right. I mean, I had a great manager at the time too. I mean, from Kim bringing me on to Debbie managing, the project managers and really helping us drive there. And then Dana with her strategic mindset and, just her business acumen. I mean, that's what got me to where I was, along with what I did, right? I did great things too. I'm not going to discount that. But at the end of the day, yeah, I would get promoted. And shortly after, she would leave, Dana. She would go to another organization in operations, and I would follow her. She would ask me to be her right hand months later. So that's next week's conversation. But yeah, this was, like 4 years or so at the firm was just wonderful. So much growth opportunities. And I really got to experience again what good leaders look like and how important it is in any organization, small, medium sized, large, to have the strong leaders back you up.
Share that. I love the mentorship that you've had. It's enabled you to become an incredible leader, even just for our team. I love working for you. I love your mentorship and I love your leadership. So I appreciate you sharing about this.
And that's a good point. I mean, it's all about leaders, right? And with her and others that I have had the opportunity to work with and learn from, right? It's those strong leaders who really are the cheerleaders, the good ones, right? That are the cheerleaders of their employees, will stretch their employees, will put them out there, knowing that they'll still help them, right? If they're gonna fall, they're gonna help guide them in the right direction and spend that time. I think we take for granted because there are a lot of not so good managers, and I do not call them leaders. I don't care what title you have, right? Um, there's a big difference between manager and leader, but I think we also forget the unsung heroes, those leaders who are not perfect. We may not always agree with their approach, their decisions, but at the end of the day, they're trying to do what's right by the business goals and leveraging their teams in the best way possible, right? And in each individual's capacity and or ability from a stretch perspective. So, although I have not had a lot of great leaders, I think, but I have had many. I've probably had a good two hands, right? That I remember. But again, I think no matter if it's a good leader or not, there are things that we can know not what to do when we go to another position, maybe we're in a leadership role or what have you. And there are also things that you take from each manager or leader that you love and you want to aspire to be. And that kind of, and everything, it kind of helps you make your own, or be your own best self in that leadership role. So, I think we don't compliment or share a lot of positive about great leaders. And I think we should do more of that because it is what we need. We need more, right? And if someone is, watching this for and they're a manager and they're looking back and saying, oh, maybe I didn't support that person as much as I should have. Or, maybe there's something coming up that I wasn't going to consider Amy for, but maybe I should, right? I mean, I hope they'll take that away and say, I could be better. All of us can be better. I am not perfect either, and I know I love to coach. I love to lead, right? At the end of the day, I'm going to make mistakes, but I think everything is how you react, pivot, whatever you want to say, and you kind of adjust, right? Whether it's adjusting your approach, or just really kind of being open and understanding that we all can grow, we all can be better, and like I said, I am grateful for the leaders that have really taken a risk, on me, knowing in all the positions I've held, as I've stated, I didn't have 100% of the experience. I had a hell of a lot of experience, some great experience, some great accomplishments. But at the end of the day, in every new role, there's something new that you have never tried. And so I think managers, again, can help push someone forward or pull them back, right? And it's such a important role, and it's sad that we don't have a lot of amazing leaders. But I hope that you know people will kind of open up their minds. And the cool thing about a good leader is you will always be remembered. I mean, and that's amazing, to remember those leaders that inspire me, continue to inspire me, to be better, to do more, etc. How amazing is that, to be remembered and to have someone who is successful or not, but have people really look back at you or hear your name and say, you know what? She really believed in me. He really believed in me. He pushed me as hard as, or he pushed me so hard I thought I was going to die. But at the end of the day, you got through it with their support.
Left a legacy, and I think that's all any of us can hope to do.
Yeah. So I know I wanted to kind of touch on that this week. But yeah, we will dive in next week to my next role following data, and spending the rest of my time at JP Morgan in that particular organization in different roles, and how that led me to leave corporate America.